Welcome to On Capitol Hill with Congressman Lloyd Smucker, a weekly legislative update to keep you informed on the latest issues. Congressman Smucker, the U.S. House voted this week on a balanced budget amendment. What was the outcome of that vote, and how did you vote on that measure?
Yes, Greg, thanks for that question. Your listeners heard me talk about my concerns with the federal debt, with the way we do the budgeting in D.C. It's a broken process. We have almost $39 trillion in debt. You know, I was part of the Pennsylvania legislation. I was in the Pennsylvania State Senate for 2 terms prior to serving in Congress. And, you know, there were times I thought the budget process was broken there because we would pass the budget after the deadline. But in the end, we had a balanced budget amendment in the state that required the budgeted expenses or the dollars we had appropriated to spend to match expected revenues. That requirement does not exist at the federal level. It's a requirement that many states have, but we do not have at the federal level. It's, to me, very important that we pass an amendment to the Constitution or find some way to institute that requirement. This was an attempt to do that on the floor of the House. Unfortunately, that amendment failed. Now, it did pass with a vote of 211 to 207, which means that a majority of the members of Congress supported it, but we require a vote of 2/3 to pass a vote on the floor that would lead to an amendment to the Constitution. So, again, worth pointing out that it was a majority that recognized the importance of a balanced budget amendment, but not enough to pass this. Also worth noting that all Republicans voted for it, and only one Democrat voted yes on this. Henry Cuellar from Texas voted yes. So, again, really important we get this done. As vice chair of the House Budget Committee, it's my main priority in Congress. We've got to find solutions to tackle our national debt and fix our fiscal trajectory.
You received some recognition this week from the National Taxpayers Union. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, Greg. This was an honor to receive this. It's a Taxpayer Defender of the Month award from the National Taxpayers Union. They're an important group that advocates for free market solutions, lower taxes, limited regulations. They're an important voice in Congress. I've worked with them quite a bit on a number of issues. Very grateful for their recognition on some of the legislation that we've previously talked about, legislation that is aimed at tackling our debt, increasing transparency and accountability, and also bipartisan solutions to try to fix our national trajectory. So recognition means a lot coming from them. I'm grateful for all their work and their support on a lot of these important issues. And as I mentioned earlier, our debt has just reached $39 trillion and is only growing. If we don't address it as soon as possible, we're headed towards insolvency. The good news is that we can still solve it, and we're going to work to continue to do that. And groups like NTU they play an important role in educating not only lawmakers on the issue, but also to reach Americans and explain to them why this is so important. Now more than ever, we've got to act to secure a better future for our kids and grandkids. And Pennsylvanians, Americans across the country, they really can play a big part in calling on their members of Congress to urge them to take up this issue, to take the issue seriously, and to do something about the national debt. So yes, I was grateful to receive that recognition from the National Taxpayers Union.
Thank you, Congressman Smucker. We look forward to hearing from you next time.
Thank you, Greg.
Tune in again next time for On Capitol Hill with Congressman Lloyd Smucker.